Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Ms. Roxanne, and this is Daily Rambles. Today we're doing Stargirl, Season 1, Episode 11, called Shiny Night. Sorry for not posting last night. The cable channel that Stargirl comes on was not working at all. And there was thunderstorms and just all the things. I might literally have to subscribe to DC Universe or something, because it's really starting to tick me off. Anyway. So let's just get on with the episode. Like, again, Season 1, Episode 11, called Shiny Night. So janitor Justin is in the middle of the road, and he is looking for his white horse and tries to talk to this old man through that has some horses. And he asks him, "Have you seen my white horse?" And the man is really, really, really rude to him. It's like, "Get out of here, you weirdo. Like, you're just..." So then he's in the middle of the road and sees like an old-fashioned like windmill thing. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. It's like one of those things back in the old days that gets the gauge of the wind that's coming from and stuff like that. It's like a really big one. Then he sees like a American flag on a tractor and remembers Stripesy, and he's still in the middle of the road and almost got hit by a bus. But he didn't. And we find out the person, one of the people on that bus, is Courtney's dad, Sam. Then we cut to where Courtney is talking to, well, the whole family's kind of talking, except for Mike. He's on his paper route. And Barbara kind of wants to leave, or Pat tells Barbara to leave. And then Barbara said, "No, I don't want to." And then he said, "Well, if you're staying, you need to keep everything as normal as possible and act like you don't know anything, because they will come after you so hard." And so then Sam shows up at their house like before 7 a.m. and Mike tells them that someone's here for Courtney. And so Sam meets Courtney, and she is literally not having it at all. She's like, "You're not my dad. Nope. Nope." Then we cut to where Sam shows the necklace, and then that kind of confirms like, that might be my dad. And then she storms off, and so Pat talks to her, and then she's starting to doubt herself. Then Mike checks on her, and Pat tells him to leave, and he did kind of rudely. And Mike just feels kind of left out because he doesn't know what's happening at all. Like, he doesn't know what's going on between Pat and that man, and he doesn't know about anything, and he doesn't know if Barbara and Pat are divorcing or what they have. He feels very left out. And so Pat then comes down and says like, "Everything will be fine. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay?" Of course he doesn't. Anyway, then Barbara talks to Sam and kind of lets him have it, but not enough in my opinion. Saying like, "I looked for you for a year and you never responded, and all of a sudden you respond like a decade later over one email." And it's like, "Well, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I went then wanting to try to get in touch with you for months, and you reached out first." So I was like, why not? Then we cut to Courtney. We'll talk to him. And so she grills him a little bit, and she asks like, "Where have you been?" And he's being kind of dodgy about it, and just gives like he didn't explain it at all, and just says, "I'm sorry." And it's like, "Can I offer you to buy you breakfast?" And we just talk for just 30 minutes to explain everything. Then we cut to where Pat talks to Beth and Rick, and then about Courtney, and Yolanda wasn't there because she was at church praying, lighting a candle for Henry and praying for him. Then janitor Justin comes up and recognizes Stripesy. Then he turned in his mind to Ido, and so he almost fought them, but then Pat brought him back. And then we cut to where Jordan and Henry Senior talk. And he tells Jordan everything about who Courtney is and Pat and everything. And he's going to go off them, but Jordan says no. And then Henry read his mind. It's because of Barbara. And basically, we also found out that he took his son's power. So instead of for Project New America, it's going to be 6 states for brainwashing. It's going to be half the freaking country. What? And then we cut to where Sam talks to Courtney over breakfast and would like her to visit California. Then Pat tries to jog Justin's memory, and basically we find out that Arthur gave him Excalibur, which is supposedly that sword. And he said that, what happened to you? Why did you come to New Blue Valley? And he said he was following the dragon, and basically they captured and took his memory. And then sees the car armor, and he was very impressed by it. Then later on, Pat talks to Barbara, and Justin is going to be crashing with them. Then we cut to where Courtney and Sam talk about the lockets, and it says like this very like high-end jeweler did it. Apparently it was from Sam's grandmother, and Sam jeweler designed that worked for like Marilyn Monroe and a bunch of like A-list stars and stuff like that. And he wants to sell them so he can get like a good apartment, and Courtney can visit, and they can go shopping at the Grove for like a earring or something. I was like, there it is. Why is someone put cutting the grass this early in the morning? Anyway, so there it is. That's why he pretty much showed up, and because he wanted the freaking lockets. Then Courtney actually gives it to him, and he leaves. He says, "See you around, kid." Then Pat talks to Courtney, and she hugs him and literally breaks down. So Pat runs after Sam, and basically tells him not to come back. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't coming back." And by the way, Barbara still looks good, but not as good as when I had her. So Pat punches Sam in the face, as he should. Good for Pat. And then we cut to where Barbara talks to Courtney, and the staff doesn't react to her now, and so she's ready to leave town. Then we cut to where Jordan unlocks Barbara's computer, and her search history was erased, so he got it to be unerased and saw the Starman article. Then we cut to where Courtney's at school and talks to the team, and then she's just very down on herself, and the team tries to help her, but not really working that much. Then we have Henry Jr.'s funeral, and the father speaks, and then when he paused during his speech, he's like, we talked to Courtney, he's like, it's all your fault. But not really. It's his fault, but okay. And so that kind of freaked her out, so she goes home and tries to go to the staff, and still won't work for her. Then Pat doesn't agree on the reason that, you know, since she's not Starman's daughter, the staff won't work anymore. He doesn't really believe that, because the staff, he thinks, already knew that she wasn't Starman's daughter. Then we cut to where Pat and Barbara are with Courtney now. And then she picks up the staff again, and actually glows, like, really bright. Like, I think brighter than it was the first time. And then, Justin saw it, and says, like, the queen has risen. Okay, cool. And then we got to where Jordan, tells Henry to off the entire family. Especially the son, because we don't need any legacies running around. And the project is going to launch in 12 hours and 43 minutes and some seconds and nanoseconds. And that was in the episode. Really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I give it a strong A. There's just like a couple cute little things. I was just like, okay. But I'm very interested. So basically what I'm assuming is what happened to Justin is he was following Ido. Ido found him, captured him, and took away his memory and stripped him of everything. And, but he's starting to remember fragments of his past. So, I'm very interested to see what happens with that storyline, because there's only like 2 episodes left of this season. And I like how the team is there for Courtney and everything like that. But, Courtney's going through it though. I feel really bad for her, because you got this like really crappy dad and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was probably better off, like, you know. The thing just showed up out of nowhere because he won some freaking locket. I was like, really? That's just sad. And the way Jordan just kind of flipped, it's like, oh, just off the whole family's fine. Just because of one article, like, she could have been just, like, curious about who that was. So, anyway. Overall, I thought it was a really good episode, and that's going to do it for this video. So, like this video, please go to like, comment down below, what you think, do agree, disagree, tell me your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe because it does help out the channel a lot. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, everybody.